Good evening, everybody, and welcome to yet another Peer Huddle, the sixth Peer Huddle that we're having as far as Leap 3.0 is concerned. And I'm super duper excited because this will be a refresher of what we learned during our last training. So, on that note, once again, a warm welcome to all of you. I see 36 participants in the room, and we should at least reach 70. So, why don't we reach out to our fellow team members and ask them to join in the next 5-10 minutes. On that note, let me read out to you a few ground rules that you should keep in mind for today's session. Firstly, be on mute um, unless you are required to come forward and speak, but we encourage you to come on video and make this an engaging session for all of us here at
You
Leap
went on
3.2.
mute. We are unable to hear you.
You cannot hear me?
We can hear him, Bharatwaj.
We can hear you,
Yeah.
Daryl.
Audible.
All right, thank you for the confirmation, everybody. But otherwise, you probably have to check your system. But on also, I hope you are all ready for today's session. Your SWOT is in place because that's what you'll be discussing today. On that note, I think it's also please to rename yourself with your Leap ID because today we have a breakout room session, and that will help you move easily to the breakout room. On that note, let's play a small game now, and it's that game that you mostly would have played. It's called this or that. So I'm giving you two choices. You have to choose either of them. But how you're going to choose that is you're going to shout out what your answer is. All right. So, for example, if I ask red or blue, and if you like red, you would shout out red, and if you like blue, you would shout out blue. The louder answer wins, or that we take that as the majority, and that's what our leapers like. So let's do a test run. Red or blue?
Red.
Red.
Blue.
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 All right, I can hear
Blue.
blue. Blue wins. All right, so that's the. I hope you got the gist, and let's do about 5 to 7 or maybe 8 questions at max. Okay. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
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 Coffee. Coffee. Coffee. Coffee. Coffee. Coffee. Coffee. Coffee. Coffee. Coffee.
Coffee. Coffee. Coffee.
Right.
Coffee. 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 Coffee.
We have.
Coffee. 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 Coffee.
I think we can
Tea.
safe to say that at least 3.2 we have
Coffee.
coffee
Coffee.
and
Coffee.
tea
Coffee.
sellers.
Coffee. 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 Coffee.
On to
Coffee.
the
Coffee.
next
Coffee.
one, which is movies or books.
Movies.
Books.
Movies. Movies.
Movies.
Movies.
Movies. Movies.
Serious
Movies.
web.
Movies.
Serious web.
Books.
Books.
I like that.
Books.
Movies.
Morning person or night person?
Morning person. Morning person. Morning. 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 Morning.
Night.
Morning.
Night.
Morning. Morning. Morning.
I think yes. A lot of mornings is what I heard. This is a tricky one. Idli with sambar or idli with chutney?
Idli with sambar.
Sambar.
Idli with sambar. Idli with dip sambar.
Sambar, all right. Sambar
Aloo
wins.
paratha.
Fantastic.
Paneer paratha.
Texting or calling?
Calling.
Calling.
Texting.
Oh, I heard a lot of calling. All right, this is my favorite question. Cake or ice cream?
Ice cream. For ice cream. We all scream. Ice cream.
Gajar ka halwa.
And
Jamun.
Shalini is giving us different answers. All right, and this is the last one. And I clearly know what you're going to say. And this doesn't have just two options, it's three, all right? Leap 1.0, Leap 2.0, or Leap 3.0.
3.0.
All right, well, that was not enough. That was not enough. I need to hear a loud Leap 3.0.
Leap 3.0. Jyotika and Daryl. And we know.
Fantastic. Thank you. And give yourselves a huge round of applause for being so sporting. We are all here because of Leap 3.0. That's that bridge that connects all 70 of us, 73 of us. And on that note, it's time for me to hand over the proceedings to our Leap 3.0 chair. The reason why we are all here together every Wednesday evening from 7 to 9:30. Please put your hands together and welcome our Leap 3.0 chair, distinguished Toastmaster Jyotika Shetty.
Thank you very much, Daryl. Thank you very much. You all screamed tea, blue, red, coffee, green, all of these colors. Now it's time for you all to unmute yourself and scream out loud, Happy birthday, Daryl.
Happy
Oh,
Let's
nice.
all
Happy
Happy birthday,
birthday
Daryl.
to
Happy
you.
birthday,
Happy
Daryl.
birthday.
Keep
Happy
rocking.
birthday.
Happy
Happiest birthday to you, Daryl. Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday to you.
Thank you so much. You all made my day. I'm going to record this when the recording is out. Thank you.
Shall we start singing?
Yes.
All right.
Happy
So
birthday
Birthday
to
to
you.
you.
please go ahead.
Happy
Happy birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
Daryl.
Daryl.
Happy
Happy birthday
birthday
to
to
you. May
you.
God
Looking forward for the
bless
Thank you
treat.
so
you.
much.
Looking forward for the treat.
Oh, we have, oh, lovely. We have a very, who's
Yeah.
singing there?
Yes, the
Bhavna?
awesome soul is
Bhavna,
there.
is that?
Oh,
Thank
fantastic.
you.
We
Thank
have
you
a
so
little one
much.
also who's saying happy
Oh,
birthday. Fantastic.
little
This is the
Bindu.
best
Thank you
gift.
so much.
This is the best gift, the best soul.
All right. Now it's time to mute yourselves so that we can move forward.
Happy birthday.
So it's been a great day. Daryl has been extremely busy answering to all of you and to his numerous messages that he received. Today is another day with yet another session, which is a peer huddle. And peer huddle, I know you'll get very excited during peer huddles because there's so much more to do and interact. Today, when Daryl was speaking, Bharadwaj mentioned that he could not hear. And all of us jumped and said, no, 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 we can hear, you can't hear, right? And I think this is typically why we need to know how systems work. Rather than jumping and saying that, hey, Bharadwaj, you cannot hear, we can hear. Probably Bharadwaj should have probably looked at his system first to see if it's working or not. This is exactly what we are learning in this session or this month, that is the organizational awareness. The first week, what did we learn? Can someone tell me what we learned in the first week?
Systems awareness.
Don't tell me you forgot it in 1 week's
Emotional
time.
intelligence.
Leadership.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I heard emotional intelligence. Who was that emotional intelligence here?
That was me.
Who is that, me? I don't know who it was. Who is that, me? Emotional intelligence was covered in which month?
First.
August 29th.
Oh, he knows the date also. All right. That was the first month we had covered. I'm just wondering, how did emotional intelligence come in organizational awareness? I totally understand that you need emotional awareness to make good decisions, but I think it's important for us to also have clarity as to what are the lessons we are finishing on a weekly basis, because that is going to make you someone on the top of this program and understand this program better. So what we covered last week was can we mute ourselves? Yeah. So what we covered in the first week is Toastmasters as a leadership system within the organizational awareness, making us understand how organizations function when it comes to challenges, identifying challenges and approaching them in a very different way. Can someone tell me one thing that you learned from this particular session? Silence makes me scared.
Patterns.
Patterns, yes.
Iceberg model.
Absolutely. Very good, Kalyani. Clap for you. Iceberg model. And we're going to take this forward today in a peer huddle session. And I'm telling you, you're going to have a nice time today, great time, because there's a lot of learning that we're going to learn. We are going to deep dive into this particular model and understand, but I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag. I'll leave it for our facilitator, our mentor today, who's going to take this forward. But before that, I would like to just give you a few reminders. Now, how many of you have already started your individual project? Thank you for sending out the synopsis. We've received almost 99.9% of them. So how many of them have started? How many of you have started? Warren? All right. As per the schedule, all of you have to start. And this is very important because there's a specific deadline for this project. There is no extension because this is a criteria and it's not an assignment. And I've repeatedly mentioned it's a criteria, it's not an assignment. Criteria, when I say this is a prerequisite for you to complete, to even enter the capstone project. And therefore, please understand that it's very important to complete this project. Plus, there is a very beautiful conclusion to this project. You get an opportunity to present this at two different levels. That is, of course, you will be screened during the first phase of assessment, the second phase of assessment, and the top three will get an opportunity to present this in front of District 121, as well as a global panel who will be coming to us, who will be coming here, who international leaders. We don't know the names yet, but we will be finalizing it in due course. But you will have an opportunity to complete this and present it in front of so many people, so many leaders. And this is a great opportunity. So do your best. Try to put in as your creativity as possible. Try to present it as beautifully as possible so that you get that opportunity to go up in front of all of them and present it. Also, how many of you are almost in the finishing stage of your Pathways Mentor project? I hope you've not forgotten about it. Pathways Mentor project is something that we have to complete along the way. If you're eligible to do it, please complete the project by the time we complete this program. This morning I posted a flyer. How many of you saw the flyer? How many of you saw the flyer? All right. So I just want to say that there's something really exciting that is planned for the LEAP program, and this is happening for the first time ever. In fact, LEAP 3.0 is a unique program, and we're going to have an off-site event for all of us. So please block your date on the 31st of January and the 1st of February, as it's going to be an off-site event. So we will be traveling to a place and meeting each other, doing so many things, loads of things. There's so much excitement that is planned. And I'd like to acknowledge the contribution of our mentor here, one of our mentor, that is Srihari, who is instrumental in putting all of this together. So please let's give Srihari a huge round of applause. I don't know if Srihari is here. Are you here, Srihari?
Yeah, I just reached home. Let me just come on screen. Give me a moment.
All right. So Srihari has come out with this innovative way, his way of giving back to the program. And it's such a beautiful gesture to bring all of us together. So how many of you are in? Okay. More details are going to come together. It will come in due course of time. I'm not going to let everything out. But so Srihari, do you want to say something or you want to wait for?
It's simple. It's simple, guys. We have all been conditioned to take the lessons every day from the blue screen. How many of you spend more than 6 hours in front of the blue screen? I'm pretty sure everybody raise your hands. So I'm coming to you guys with this one opportunity where we have a meet before the district meet. And you're going to know more about it very soon. I'm sure we're going to share something for you all to witness. And all I say is brace yourselves because imagine we are talking so much on the screen. Imagine how many breakthroughs we're going to have of it. So this is for everybody here. So I extend this warm welcome to each and every one of you. Please make yourselves available on the 31st of January and 1st of February 2026 for Leap Connect. Let us all leave our homes behind for one weekend, spend 36 hours of memories, learning, and breakthroughs. With this, I hand over the stage back to the lead chair. Over to you, Jyotika.
Thank you very much, Srihari. As a small preview to what we are going to witness, let me just share with you a small video. All right. With unfiltered conversation, soulful connection, and for the very first time, Leap Connect is being presented by Leap 3.0. Please be there. It is a great opportunity to come together, to have fun in the wilderness. It is not going to be in a hotel. It is going to be somewhere outside, and all the details is going to come as soon as possible. I mean, in the due course of time, not as soon as possible, in the due course of time. But be ready and make up your mind, block your schedule, because we want each one of you to be present there. All right. I'm excited. I hope you all are excited too as we unfold all the information. Now it's the first leaper. It is, what is it? Tell me, it's near Bengaluru. Well, I'm not going to tell you anything. You'll have to wait for it. The excitement has to be built up. Without excitement, what's the point, isn't it? So build up that excitement, that inquisitiveness, and we will slowly start unfolding the information. Now it's time to listen to some leaper wins. I've had some discussions with a few leapers last week, and I was really impressed and really shocked with the kind of breakthroughs they were having. So you will also enjoy them speak today. So I would like to call on to the screen the first leaper who will share his breakthrough. Let's invite on stage leaper Bharadwaj from team 2. Over to you, Bharadwaj.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for this opportunity. So when I joined Leap 3.0, I wasn't just looking at the certificate or check the boxes which I'm going to cover at the end of this leap. I was looking something deeper, the spark that left me a few years back. And today I want to share you two moments which genuinely changed me throughout this course of this leap. The first moment was when it is not, for me, it is a big moment. When I started mentoring my Toastmaster of my club, it was not just, I'm having a lot of self-doubt whether I can do this or not. But that first month of leap, which has evolved, which sparked that leadership in me, which has taught me that just you have to believe that you are leader for yourself. That has been changed my thought process, and instead of giving some advices, I I I implemented what I have learned in Leap. I had listened to them deeply. I asked gentle questions. I guided them softly, and week by week, after 2 months, when I saw the progress of the person whom I am mentoring, it gave me lot of confidence, and it has brightened my day. And whenever I'm attending my team's, my club, Toastmasters club, it is giving a different feeling that yes, I am able to make one person who is out of the club, he is into back to the club, and he is shining himself. And the second moment, which happened very recently, when I got an opportunity for a big leadership role in one of the big organization, which is almost 25,000 crore company in India. And when I first time when I'm entering the interview hall, I was very tensed as like my previous interviews and all. But now I had an inner confidence that yes, something I can prove myself. It has this interview is going to be a game changer for me. I am not just projecting myself, but I am proving myself as a leader. That gave that confidence I got only because of Leap. And I did not, after giving the interview during the course of time, I just did not speak like any other candidate. I spoke like someone who believed in my journey. I did not hide my struggles, but I have shown my strength and what is going to be there in the future. I have shown them visually. To all the panel members who are there, almost 5 rounds of interview I have given. And frankly, at the start of the interview, before the start of the interview, HR told me that you may get only 15%. Is it okay for you? But at the end of interview, they only offered me 30% hike than my current package. So which has given a more trust on myself, and what the trust which I have gained only because of Leap. I proudly say that if this interview I was attending in the month of August, first week or second week, 100% I could not have proved myself, and I could not have delivered this much what I have done now. But this change is authentically because of Leap 2.0. And during this course of journey and during this leap, even in my current organization, I have learned the thing that leadership is not just about climbing alone. It is about lifting yourself along with lifting others. This is the great gift leap has given me. Thank you for everything. And I genuinely look forward to complete this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bharadwaj, and hearty congratulations from the Leap fraternity or the Leap,
Thank you,
all the
ma'am. Thank you.
Leapers on your
Thank you.
success. Getting a 30% increase when you were expecting, or when you were okay with 15%, is definitely an additional bonus
Yes.
to start off with. And I can't be happy enough. Bharadwaj, I'm truly very happy with your progress. So hearty
Thank you.
congratulations to you. Let's now move on to the second leaper who's going to be presenting his testimonial. Please help me welcome Leaper Sajid from Team 6. Sajid?
Yes, yes.
Hold on. May I request everyone to mute yourself so that there is no noise coming in? Go ahead, Sajid. Sajid, we cannot see you. Is there a problem with your background?
Oh,
I mean, I can see you, but not in the way I would have liked to
not in
see
the
you.
way. I have some trouble on that, but okay, somehow you may have to manage, please. Maybe
Mainly the
Okay, you
lights.
can
I
remove
think
the
lights. I was trying to fix on that properly.
You can remove the
Somehow,
background, Sajid. I think it's because of the background.
yes, because of the
just turn
background.
off your
Yeah.
virtual background.
You can
Oh,
remove the
okay,
virtual
that would be
background.
way. So, oh, it's okay. Maybe it's fine.
Perfect.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much, dear leaders and leapers, for having this opportunity. First of all, to be part of this wonderful leap, this journey, and also to share my wins and things. I have so many things to share. First of all, when I heard about the leap, I didn't have any idea about the leap because I was not part of previous one or not even heard about the previous leap programs. So no clue was there what this program is going to be all about. But the very first personal call from Lib Chair Yodiga ma'am, that was truly surprising. So we feel on top of that, everything, yeah, we feel that belonged and valued. That is first of all. And of course, yeah, we realized that this is going to be something, not just a program. This is something very deep, very thoughtful. And that is what we realized at that moment itself. Then later onwards, while coming to each and every program, every session was a lot of takers, a lot of very the content wise as well as the design, the entire program design wise, it is truly unique one. I never had experienced such a long program, such a designed program. And more importantly, more personally, of course, I have to share my win only, not general talk. We may have a lot of things to talk about. But personally, I feel that this program came to me, happened for me on a very right time. Especially, I was experiencing few years of experiencing some sort of emotional turmoil, if I say, following a medical condition. For a few years, that was affecting not just as a leader, my as we call the leadership presence as a person itself. It was something, but yeah, the first session, the first level 1 sessions of emotional intelligence as well as self-awareness, regulation, all these sort of things helped me to realize or to reflect upon my values, and first of all, and to practice these things. Truly, that made a lot of important change in my life, in my behavior, the way, yeah, by shifting from emotionally reacting to wisely responding as we practice that. And I even take this took this as my project. My individual project is also the same. Be proactive, a proactive leader. So I also made yeah, my wife as my accountability partner for this. So this is something very deep that I benefited from this program. And each and every session, I don't want to extend my talk because each and every session was so nice. And I'm not skipping all this, reviewing all this even, but particularly I would say some of the sessions from Dr. Saminath Sebastian session, the sessions conducted by Sandeep, Sandhya Pillai, and Professor Peter. These were one of my. I was keeping outstanding in my as the outstanding of each month. If I would say from these sessions that I especially affected, benefited. And while talking about this, it's a mentoring program. I completed, my project, my pathway project is effective coaching. So, but effective coaching, these coaching techniques, I was able to apply these coaching techniques also in as part of this mentoring. That was something good I have to experience with a new member. That's also another learning. Anyway, altogether, look forward to the coming months, and we cannot envision that how would be the changes or the growth we acquire during this 6 month or 7 month, and after completing this program and the practicing this session also. Once again, my gratitude and appreciation to the leaders, because this is something unique. We know that this is a initiative of District 121 or the leaders who are taking care of all this, because this is not part of our Toastmasters pathway project or nothing. As scope of this is beyond the scope of Toastmasters, and also enabling us to make leaders beyond the Toastmasters. That is something really meaningful. We are so grateful for this having such an opportunity. And the leaders' commitment, that we really experience that commitment. We feel we can realize that your commitment, and
Thank you.
that's for
Thank you,
yes.
Sajid.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
very
much,
much. Thank you.
and my team and leaders and also thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's give Sajid a huge round of applause. The very fact that you're growing personally and applying all your learnings into your personal growth is definitely something that is the real objective of Leap 3.0. Now, I'd like to call upon the last leaper who would like to share her win, and may I invite on stage or to the screen leaper Ashima from Team 8. Ashima?
Yes.
Hold
So,
on.
can
Yeah,
you
go ahead.
see me and hear
Yes,
me, right?
please. Yeah, please go ahead.
Great. Hello, everyone. I am Ashima Jain, an entrepreneur. Leap program happened at that time when I was, or I'm still struggling with myself. It's been at the end of 2024 when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And it's been more than an year that I've been on and off with my treatment. And in this whole year, I cannot see myself in mirror and identify myself as the same person I used to be before. So the only thing what I did this whole year is to be not on bed as much as possible, physically, mentally, how much ever I could. And what I did is I attended my club meetings and I joined another club. And that's when the leap happened. And it's kind of a testimony, or it's kind of a validation for me in totality. In the sense, when I am now going back, I'll be going back to the work. I know that I have a lot of vision and a lot of values that I'm holding with myself, and that I've discovered in 1 year of my journey where I am right now, cancer free. Yes, I can totally say that. But I have a lot of validation in this program from past 3 months where I could adopt tools like uh, emotion wheel, where it's not just only about happy, sad, uh, angry, frustrated. It's way beyond, because it's just not three emotions. It's kind of a life circle, a life, I mean, every day, what we experience from day till evening, and how important it is to keep a check on your emotion time and time, so that it maintains a balance all across your journey as a leader. The other highlight of the program that I always um, applaud is the day I did my elevated pitch. It has been the first time I attempted by myself, not with the help of any business coach or any other leader in my journey. And trust me, it brought me so many refreshing ideas and a different level of confidence that I can attempt my elevated pitch in a very different manner when I am going ahead with my working journey again. It'll be very soon, I know. Maybe probably another 2 months time down the line, I'll start going and start working ahead. But for me right now, this is my grounding tool. And it's kind of a validation for me all across things like value, vision, and last time in last session, the transformational leader. I'm so looking forward for many more such sessions, and thank you so much, Jyotika, for picking me even at the last minute. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ashima. Let's give Ashima a huge round of applause. It is moments like this that makes our effort and life complete. So, dear mentors, my core team, right now only the Daryl is here, but even Renu, let's be proud of ourselves. Let's pat our back and say that whatever we've done, it's worth it. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, Ashima. That was really heartwarming. Sharing your win and the fact that you are seeing yourself grounded here, this is your grounding force, it definitely brings much more meaning to this program. So thank you very much. All right, with that, now it's time for us to jump into the crux of today's meeting. And to take this meeting forward, we have with us a lady who I've known for quite a few years. I don't know if I can say 8 years this time, but definitely for 5 to 6 years, because we both belong to the same division. For someone who's a very witty person, someone who can just speak at the start of go. And she's been a banker, someone who's been in Toastmasters for 8 years, but with professional experience of 20 plus years as a banker, as a people success manager, educator, and a soft skill trainer. She's been in Toastmasters for 8 years and served in various leadership roles at the club level. Currently, she's the president of Coastal Divas Toastmasters, but she's also the past she served in the position as an area director as well as division F director. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear champions, my dear leapers, please help me welcome our mentor who will be leading the session this evening, distinguished Toastmaster Shalini Prabhu. Over to you, Shalini.
Thank you, Jyotika. And it's a pleasure seeing all of the leapers here today. So a special mention to our leap chair, Jyotika, who's taking a lot of trouble. I can see all the commitment, all the dedication of the leap team as well. That is Daryl and Renu. And all my fellow mentors and fellow leapers, a very good evening to all of you. Before we begin, I'd like to say hats off to Ashima, Bharadwaj, and Sajid for sharing their success stories, their journeys. I'm sure it's inspirational to all of us. It's really inspirational to me. It was wonderful to hear their stories, each one at a different level, but each one has touched our hearts, right? So, I don't know, let's just give them another round of applause. It was really wonderful to hear their stories today. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there was another gentleman who said that you learn best in moments of enjoyment. So, who was that?
Smedley.
Yes. So, it was Uncle Smedley who said that. And that's exactly what we are going to do before we jump into the peer huddle today. For the next 30 minutes, let's just have a little bit of learning, a little bit of fun. This is a place where you can express yourself, your personal reflections, your organizational observations, and of course, system thinking. Before we have a recap, let's just have some fun. So, wait, leapers. So, all of you have been very attentive in the last session, right? Raise your hands if someone says, I didn't hear anything. I didn't pay any attention. I don't know what was going on. I was bamboozled. So no one like that. Sajid, did you just raise your hand? You did something like this? No. Okay, so he says he's good. Right. So if you have really paid attention to the session that was taken last week, we'll have a little quiz for all of you. If you know the answers, you have to raise your hands through the icon. Right? So Jyotika is sharing the screen for me. Right? Is the screen visible to all?
Yes,
It's
yes.
visible, Sharon.
Okay, great. So we'll go to the next slide, Jyotika. Jyotika will help me here in case anyone is raising their hands. Okay, Leapers, a fun quiz. Granting team members authority, responsibility, and accountability, transforming them from task doers to decision makers is called? Okay, Mansa, I think Mansa raised her hand first. Mansa, can you unmute and let us know?
Empowering.
Empowering. Okay, can someone better empowering? I think it's Bhavna. Bhavna was the second one. Bhavna, I was not able to hear you. Were others able to hear Bhavna?
Empowering. Yeah, empowering was the same word in my mind.
Okay, we'll give it to both of you ladies. It's actually called empowerment. Okay, no, it's not delegation, it's empowerment. All right, so both of you, if there was a prize, you'd have to divide it amongst yourselves. Okay, now let's have the second one. Develop leaders at multiple levels who act as dash, providing localized insight and cascading the broader vision. Anyone who can really answer this deserves a special gift. You won't get this in Google, so stop Googling. This is what DTM Hariharan said. So what did he? Oh, okay.
Gatekeeper,
Shruti. Yes,
sir.
Shruti. Pardon?
Ambassadors.
No, not ambassadors. Mansa again. Mansa?
Enablers.
Okay, I see multiple words coming out of the dictionary, which is good, but it's not enablers. Yes, Lata?
We develop leaders at multi levels who act as a bridge, providing localized insight and cascading the broader vision.
Okay, bridge sounds good, but this was not the word he used. Okay, Rosmi? I'm sure nobody is going to get this. Very sure.
Leader?
Evangelists, okay. Those who are into reading are putting each and every word they can think of. Warren, yes.
I think it was servants.
No, it wasn't. Okay, anyone else would like to try? Before I actually give you the answer?
Who act as mentor?
No. All right, I'll give you the answer. I was sure that no one would get this. He said who act as decoys. Okay? So I'm sure no one would have got this. Let's go to the next question. So here, no one wins or loses, but can you get this one? And I want the proper words which he used. Leaders create leaders. Managers create? Rosmi, yes. Pardon? Rosmi?
Yeah. I remember leaders create leaders, managers create. I think I really don't get that exact word. Who's just like they are.
No, I want the word.
Like
Actually, there are two words.
Okay, yeah, 2 words.
We'll quickly go to. We'll quickly go to Bhavna. Yes, Bhavna.
It was something like truck. It ended with trucks, pressure truck or something.
No, you're way off. Someone else. Okay, Bharadwaj. Pardon?
Hello.
Yes, Bharadwaj.
1 second.
Okay, wait, you're outside. Saravana Kumar. Yes.
Create leaders, managers create transactions.
No, that's not the answer. But I like the way everyone is thinking. Ashima.
It's transactional leaders.
No, not the leader.
Guys, I love you all because you know
Can
what
I
you're
go?
doing. You are
No, no.
actually just
Leaders
firing
create
your
leaders,
bullets in the
managers
dark.
create transactional leaders. Okay.
Oh no.
Managers create
Manager creates a doers.
glorified clerks.
Managers create
Glorified
Glorified,
clerks.
managers.
glorified
One minute.
clerks.
Someone
Glorified
hit the
clerks.
nail on the head. Is it
Yeah.
Shilpa? Shilpa, did you say glorified clerks?
Yes.
Yes, Shilpa got it. So
Now we got
managers
that.
create glorified clerks. I like the way
Actually,
you all
I
think
told it.
though.
Actually, I
it as
told it, but
truck.
it got disconnected.
Glorified class.
Okay. Next one, Jyotika. We'll do this fast. It's getting fun, yes. Now let's test your listening skills, sleepers. Moving from independent to dash leadership aligns with the seventh habit of highly effective people.
It's interdependence.
Yes, it is. So Chetlur got it. Unfortunately, he didn't raise his hand, but I still went to him. So sorry, Sarvana Kumar, Shilpa, and Abhilasha. I'm sure you all knew the answers. We'll go to the next one. Yes, you should definitely know this. Culture eats dash for
Strategy.
breakfast. Who said that?
Strategy.
Oh, Mansa said it?
Strategy.
Yes, that's right. But who said this? Don't tell me DTM Hariharan.
Peter F. Drucker.
Peter F. Drucker. Okay, fine. Yes, next. Oh, gotcha. Now tell me, what's the difference between talent and potential and which example did he give? So you got to answer the whole thing. Difference between talent and potential and which example did he give?
Sachin and Vinod
Rosmi.
Kamble.
No, Rosmi, tell me. No,
Yeah, he gave, yeah. So talent is something which the people are born with talent. He gave the example of Kamble, and potential is somebody who practice it, and he gave example of Sachin. So talented people don't need much follow-ups, but you can just give guidance. They should be able to come out of it. But potential people who has potential need follow-ups, need guidance. They have to work on it, and they'll evolve.
Great. Okay. Thank you. The last one. Okay, it's time to end the fun quiz with this. Dash is the multiplier that converts potential into realized talent. What is it?
Time.
Who said time?
It's me, Bhavna.
Who's me? Me is Bhavna? Okay,
Bhavna.
okay. Bhavna is right because I thought if someone doesn't give it, the clue is in the caption. It's time to end the fun quiz. So time is the answer there. Yes, time is the answer. So Bhavna, congratulations, you got the answer. Yes, so now let's move on, Jyotika, now that we have warmed up and we have many people who were paying attention last time, right? What DTM Hariharan discussed was the iceberg model, and also he discussed about SWOT. So before that, let's just get into what is systems thinking. Could any leaper unmute and don't go by what is written here? This is the technical part. What is systems thinking? What do you think? Anybody who wants to unmute and tell?
It is the helicopter view of a problem, looking at a system as a whole rather than in parts.
Okay, that's nice. Shilpa, anyone else? Yes, Sharanya?
So, systems thinking, if I have to give an example, it's like a machine with different working parts. Looking at it as a machine from a bird's view perspective is systems thinking.
Okay. Right. Anyone else would like to go for it? Yes, Sajid?
Yeah, maybe simply it is instead of treating the symptoms, expose or they assess the root cause, going to the root cause and see the things as a whole.
Okay. See the things as a whole. Yes, that is right. And he gave an example of the helicopter or the airplane, which is at an altitude of 30,000 feet, if you remember. So this was his example for systems, right? So here it is given, this is the definition that is there of systems. If you have gone through it, we'll go to the next one. Now this is the iceberg model in systems thinking. Jyotika, can we not just have this slide right now? Yeah. Now in the iceberg model, how many stages are there?
4.
4, yes, because Jyotika shared the slide, so there are 4. But which are the 4 stages? Which are the 4 stages?
Events, patterns, underlying structures, and narratives.
Okay. If there was a prize, it would definitely go to Kalyani. So these are the 4 patterns. Jyotika, can we come to the slide now? So the iceberg model in systems thinking, events, patterns and trends, underlying structures and narratives. Now in events, as DTM Hariharan said, there are visual and visible occurrences, and the typical question that is asked is, what happened or what has happened? How do you identify the patterns and trends? You say, how often does this occur? So he gave a few examples for each one of them. I'll ask you for your own examples. Underlying structures. What structures are causing these patterns to occur? And narratives or beliefs, which are your belief systems, what you assume, your perceptions, right? What story are we telling ourselves? So now if we think back when there is an event, you see the event, you identify it as an event, you go to the patterns and structures. How often has this occurred? Has this occurred in the past or is it happening for the first time? If it has occurred in the past, how many times has this particular event taken place? What are the structures? What are the causes why this event takes place? And narratives and beliefs is, what is your assumption about it? What is your self belief about it? So, Leapers, let me ask at least 2 of you to come forward and share something about the iceberg model. Is there anything you'd like to share which is an event, the patterns and trends, the structures and the narratives? Is there anyone who'd like to come forward? Is there an example that you want to share? We all know DTM Hariharan's examples. He has shared them last time. Anything that you would like to share? Anybody?
Can I?
Yes, sure, Abhilasha.
So, this is regarding my club.
Yes.
I joined Toastmasters last year, and this year and last year, what we have seen is the attendance kind of slows down in the September, October months. So last year also we had this pattern. This year also we have the same pattern going on. And then after October, the attendance surges again. So what we have understood is it's because of the nature of workforce that we have in our club. The October and September months are quite tricky for them. So that is one reason that we have found out. We were all blaming that the club is not engaging enough and the quality has gone low, but that is not the case, because right now we can see that again the membership, the head count has gone up to like maybe 22 per meeting. But in the months of September and October, it's around like maybe 12 to 15. So that is one thing that we have found out.
Okay, so is there any solution that you have worked out, your club members? Anything to beat this?
When it comes to work, I really don't know what to do regarding this. We just follow up with them and tell them to come, but let's see what we can do. We have not thought about any solution regarding this as of now, because right now those 2 months are sorted and the problem is solved. So yeah.
All right. That may not exactly be solving the problem. Srinidhi, yes, Srinidhi would like to share.
Yes, I would like to quote one example from Operation Sindoor. The event was that Pakistan claiming they have shot down a lot of Indian fighter jets. Okay, but for a common people, it feels like they are accusing India is not responding, India is hiding. But the underlying structure that we have to see, people at power, they need to see what is beyond obvious. For example, now you go and prove that we have all the plane, then you're going to disclose all the locations, you're going to disclose all the sensitive information. So sometimes it is better to be quiet. Sometimes you have to understand what is the insight, what is the intention behind certain activities and respond only when necessary. Otherwise, we have to keep quiet.
Okay. So here, what was the pattern or trend that you identified, Shri?
For example, let us say you're going to attend an interview or a business meeting, and there is some guy on the mud pole. He's trying to invite you for a fight. Now you know that you can go win the fight if you go and hit him, but then your dress is going to get spoiled. You're going to lose the interview. You're going to lose the meeting. So you have to choose your battles. You have to be at the right time, right place. Not everything has to be responded immediately.
Okay, thank you. Let's go to Ram. Ram, you have something to share.
Yeah. So it's my so when one given some tasks. So yes,
Ram,
I to take.
your voice is breaking.
Yeah.
At least I'm not able to hear. Is everyone able to hear what Ram is saying?
No.
No, there is disturbance.
There is disturbance, Ram.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
No, not able to hear you. Sorry, Ram.
Okay.
All right, Ram, maybe you should log out and log in. Until then, would anyone else like to share an example of the iceberg model? Anything that you have come across? Anybody else? Okay, let me give you an example. Suppose a student is caught cheating in the class. Now, the event is that he is caught cheating in the class. What could be the pattern and trend? Suppose you find out that he has been cheating earlier as well. He has been caught maybe 3 times earlier cheating in the class. Right? So, what could be the underlying structure?
Maybe there's a specific subject he doesn't like.
Pardon, Sharanya? Maybe he?
There's a specific subject he doesn't like, so he cheats only on those subjects.
All right. Okay. Anyone else? Yes, Rupa?
I think he's too embarrassed to ask for help or support since it's understanding of the subject is tough for him.
Okay, that could also be an important cause. Ram, have you have something to say about this case?
Yes.
I'm still not able to make out what Ram is saying. Yes, Karunakar?
Yeah, there could be a reason teacher is not available frequently.
Teacher is not available frequently. Maybe he can't understand the subject. Maybe he doesn't like the subject. Okay, interesting. Bindu?
Maybe it is too convenient for him to go through that way rather than any hard work.
Okay, convenience. He doesn't want to work hard. I mean, who likes to study anyhow? So, cheating is the best answer.
He
Yes?
can't afford for the supplementary fee.
He may have done.
Yes, Joel?
No, I have to raise hand, right?
Yeah, I mean, Shivram, we'll go to Shivram first because he had raised it earlier. Yes, Shivram?
So I feel right. If the teacher is not able and do cheating, any get opportunity to get cheat also.
Fine. Sunil? You all have wonderful explanations, right?
Yeah, my view is that he has been poor on this subject. His foundation is not correct. He would need additional help to come out of this and, get a good hold of this subject. So as long as that's not happening, he's doing this cheating as an interim solution. So, we need to really find out the root cause and then address that.
And how will you find out the root cause?
Of course, we need to understand it from him.
Yes.
Maybe his friends. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So you need to find out the root cause, but by perhaps talking to him. by maybe giving him counsel, offering him counseling. So, what I want to tell you is the iceberg model, although we keep on thinking about organizations and clubs and all, it applies everywhere. It applies in your daily life also. It applies in as small as a place like a school or a college where an event like this happens, and then you go into the iceberg model to finally find out what could be the possible solution for this. Joel, there's something you have to say.
He might have done that many times, only few times he may have got caught. So he doesn't like to study and he find this method easier. So only few times he might have caught. So he believes in the process and he continues to do that.
All right. I mean, that is what was discussed by the other leapers also, that maybe there is something wrong, there is something there behind this. And when you speak to him, maybe one on one, you will come to know more. So that is the iceberg model where you have to go in the 4 stages: the events, patterns and trends, the underlying structures, and of course, finally, the narrative, which would tell you as to what is the actual problem. And then you go back, you go from the narratives to the structures to the patterns and trends, and finally, why has this particular event taken place? So that is how you go back and you try to find a resolution. Right, Jyotika, next slide. Okay, the visible pattern. Now we are talking here and we are going to share our thoughts about any one visible pattern that you see in your organization or club. Have you seen something that happens on a regular basis? Any leaper? Yes, Sunil?
Yeah, in our club, we had a pattern of finding difficulty for role takers. Of course, our club was new. People were new as well, new to Toastmasters. But, initial first term, I think, it was a lot of people volunteered. Difficult, right? So that was it was continuing for many meetings. I think it continued almost for a full term, but that's one pattern we found. Of course, we addressed it later on, but yeah, about the
Okay.
pattern, yes.
Sunil, thank you for sharing that. But what is interesting is you said that it was addressed. What did you do to address it? How was it addressed?
Yeah, so what we did is we did a couple of things, a few things, in fact. So one was a real educational session on about all the role takers, their roles and responsibilities, and then as some of us, some of the experienced Toastmasters, performed and demonstrated as well. Later on, we did a 1 week advanced planning for every meeting. So it was like advanced planning, getting those nominations for the role takers in advance so that we don't have to run around at the last minute. So with all these, we have addressed that problem now.
So do you feel you applied the iceberg model there?
Yes, I think so.
Yes. You saw the event, you went and identified what could be the repeated patterns.
Yeah.
Yes. Finally, you went into the structure and the narrative. Okay, fine. Thank you very much. Bindu, you would like to share?
Yes, Shalini. So in our club, what was happening was we did not have much attendance coming in because as is a corporate club, and we had this excuse every time telling that we have work or a meeting. And initially we said okay because work takes priority. We told okay, that's okay if you cannot take up a role or cannot attend. But that started becoming a pattern. Every time we had the same reasons, and when people started giving up the roles at the last minute, telling that it is okay to give up because we have work. But then we identified that the real problem was something that they did not find um what do you say, maybe what they wanted in the club. We identify what that was. We sent out a survey to understand what they really wanted from the club. We told them the structure would obviously remain the same, but what can we do to change it? And then we also noted that if we bring in some healthy competition amongst the teams, we divided them into teams, and we had one mentor. We just called them a buddy mentor, and then had around 5 people within that mentor, and we made something called as a buddy Olympic. Every time you take up a role, we give a point. Every time you win a speech, we give a point. And we made it such a healthy competition that after that, we started people fighting for roles because they wanted their team to win.
Thank you for sharing this, Bindu. I think Bindu and Bindu's club deserves a huge round of applause because isn't this the problem that we see in so many of our clubs? Right. So, Bindu, you have really hit the nail on the head. Congratulations. I think your insight here, the one that you have shared here in this session, would help a lot of us for our individual clubs as well. Jyotika will go to the next slide. Ram, maybe you can share what you want lead. Yeah, see, now you're thinking like a leader. So that's what I put in the slide also. So each and every one, now when you try to resolve your problems this way, you can link it to the iceberg model. You are really turning into leaders. And isn't Leap about that? Okay. Another thing that was discussed in the session was the SWOT, the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Now, I'll ask just two leapers to share because of the paucity of time. Ram, would you like to share this? Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, any one of them of your club?
Yeah. So I'll share my strengths. So can you hear me now?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah. So I have been part of Toastmaster 1 year. So when I had joined my club, we have a full strength. After the renewal, it became half. So we worked hard to get the new members as a guest to convert our members. So we did the SWOT assessment to how to work on to get the members. So yeah, for strength, it is about we have a good culture where members are supportive for learning and encouragement and mentorship, and we had a good agenda. It's like how each meeting has to be conducted. Every time will come some innovative topic, and which will be useful and relatable to the audience, so who comes to the Toastmaster that meeting. That's and Another strength was like we take a more time for table topic. So instead of saying only speech, but we wanted to cover all the members, we encourage them to come onto the stage and speak for some time. And
Okay.
there, get more traction from the guest. So we always give a preference to the guest. So we'll ask the guest to first, and then based on the time, we go to the other members.
Okay, thanks for sharing
Yeah.
that, Ram. Any other leaper who wants to share about weakness, opportunities, and threats quickly? So you all have got this SWOT as an assignment, right? I'm hoping all of you have done the assignment. So any leaper who wants to share this here? Yes, Barinder Singh ji.
Yeah, so I'm from professional auditors, and it was a good assignment, I would say. I thought about a lot of things which I never saw. So, strengths, yes, we have very experienced membership base, more than 15 plus years of professional experience people. And we have enthusiasm in participation, collaborative and transparent leaderships we have. And one thing which I realized, it was said in the session also, it is we have members first approach. In last session, it was told. Weaknesses, I feel we have more online meetings than offline meetings, though we are a hybrid club and we don't have a regular place to meet. And we become very, maybe because all of our in professional atmosphere, we become very formal. We have a very formal meeting atmosphere, less humorous elements. And two more weaknesses I feel is we don't follow up with inactive members as we should be doing, and very few education sessions from experienced DTMs.
Any opportunities that you have seen, Barinder ji?
Yeah, we have we can become a premier oratory and leadership club because of the experience, and maybe we can host some flagship events like keynote masterclass, and maybe personality development workshops like storytelling negotiation, conflict management, these can be added. And corporate collaborations can be added with companies for communication workshops. And the
Okay.
threats,
I'll
I feel, will be more of Zoom fatigue or digital. That is a threat. And
Varinderji, I'll
yes,
just go to our next sleeper here.
sure.
Thank you for sharing. Lata, quickly, can you share?
Okay, I've already submitted the assignment. So I would talk about, when I talk about SWOT analysis, being the club president of Mekong Communication Club. It's the fourth oldest club in the country, currently in the 27th year we are. Now we have our own strengths and weaknesses. So just going through the strengths, we have a brand name. All the systems are in place because whatever Toastmasters International, they have guidelines, we strictly follow that. We have people who chartered the club 27 years back. We still have them for guidance. So this is one of the biggest strengths what we have. Then we have a very supportive environment wherein all members are supporting each other with helping them to give prepared speeches, table topics, giving feedbacks after the meeting so that they can improve in their next sessions. Learning made easy and encouraged, and excellent mentorship we have. We have one of the best speakers our District 121 has. So we have all of that. But now, what is the weakness I have seen is being 27-year-old, we are kind of rigid with the customs and all everything. There's no flexibility. And when we want youngsters, Gen Z coming in, they want more of fun, lot of learning, fun environment, flexible environment. But there's a very thin line between being rigid and being flexible here. So
What
we
is the
need
threat
to,
that you have identified, Lata?
the threats, what I've added, that attrition is very high. We have
Okay,
lost almost a lot of members and all the
right.
big names.
Hmm. So I won't
We need
ask
to
you
do something.
what you have done for that because we'll get into our breakout rooms now. Leapers, everything has been shared here by you about your SWOT. You all know the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats because it was an assignment given to you. Now, two of the leapers have shared here, but the rest, all of you have done your assignments. You know what it is all about, right? Now, one last question that I would ask here, which is on the screen, is and I don't want the leapers who have already answered to answer. If someone else is ready, let's just see. Just one leaper here. If you could change one thing that could be that would create the biggest ripple, what would it be and why? This could be in an organization, it could be in your club, it could be anywhere else that you think of. Any one thing before we get into your breakout rooms?
Can I share?
Yes, Ashima.
Um, I belong to HSR Club in Bangalore. It's one of the finest and well applauded club in the whole area. And we had given a district level champion as well. Um, I mean, and we have a strength of 45 to 50 all across the year round. Yes, there is a lot of attrition as well, and there a lot of old people have left and new have joined. We all almost tick on every positive and yes thing in our club. Uh, Having said that, I think there are two things that still we need to do is not two, three things, and I would like to do that is the content as a speech. I mean, what we say in a speech. Life is way beyond being having a girlfriend, boyfriend, and unfortunately, when I hear this, um, I feel that we really lack on the content in the sense what can be a storytelling could be, how effective it could be. And when somebody in our club, as a guest, came up and said that every one has a very different way of portraying their stories in a different manners. Is that what I want to create as a ripple effect? So yes.
Okay, thank you for sharing that, Ashima. I mean, I really do hope that uh, happens in your club. And if it is really a success, then the rest of us can emulate it as well. Now, Leapers, you will get a chance to discuss your SWOT analysis in a much deeper way, because now you will be put into breakout rooms. You're going to be given case studies. So two groups would be put together. I would like you to go through the iceberg model as well as your SWOT analysis. So do this very carefully in open collaboration with the other team, which is there because two teams are being put together. And please listen. You have to have one person who will be the leader of the group, or at least who's willing to present whatever the group has decided. Okay, there are 4 questions that you will need to answer. So one person has to be the narrator, the person who will come and present. So everyone agrees on that? Right? So thumbs up. Some enthusiastic leapers have put thumbs up, which means possibly they are ready to present. Okay, I'll leave it to you. So we'll just put you in the breakout rooms. Okay, guys, I'm not even going to ask you whether the session was interesting in the breakout rooms, because I know it was an interesting session, right? So which group is going to come first and present?
Group 1.
Group 1? Yes. So group 1 with group 4, I think, right?
Yes.
Group 1 with group 4. Group leader, are you there? Are you ready?
Means which group is like
Group 1?
Group
1
1
and
with
3
group
together.
Yes,
Ram.
1 and
1 and
3?
3 together,
Ram?
yes. The case study
Okay.
1.
Yes. So
Okay.
it's Radiant Ram and he's going to present now. All the best, Ram.
Yeah, thank you. So we have given a case study where the neighborhood waste crisis at the Greenview community. So we have events where like overflowing of garbage bins and bins. Residents are complaining about the smell, increase animal visits. Municipality fines are for the improper wastage disposal. So what are the trends it is observed is the residents are mixing a dry and wet waste and littering in the common area, late night dumping increasing, and housing society sending a repeated reminders. No one is attending community meetings, and the blame game between the residents and wastage collectors. So underlying structure. So a lack of designated wastage bins in all the blocks, no training or orientation for the new residents, inconsistent waste collection schedule, poor enforcement of community guidelines, no data tracking on the wastage literacy or compliance.
You can go to the questions now, Ram.
Yeah. Yeah, the last one is a narratives. So narratives was so segregation doesn't matter, and they mix everything at later, and everyone else breaks the rules. Why should I follow them? So like that, everyone has their own narratives. The questions came is which narrative is the root cause for the crisis. So in our group, so we have discussed what are the different root causes. So the first and the best we decided was everyone else breaking the rules. Why should I follow them? So it covers all the scenarios. If you follow that, so everyone other narratives will come under that. And the second question was what structure can be introduced to change the behavior. So, so we have discussed. So we need to enforce some guidelines from the community, which put up fines or and make them follow the rules of the garbage segregation based on that. Strict guidelines if they can't follow. The third one is how can the community leaders intervene effectively. So one of our member has shared his personal experience. So he has wake up any time in the night and went and monitoring who is throwing a garbage. So if anybody is coming in the midnight, he is warning like, okay, you shouldn't throw now. So morning garbage collector will come, go that. It's like he has taken that initiative. So in the community, someone has to do that, keep monitoring and educate them to do as a leader. And the fourth question is, what is the short-term and long-term solution to be applied? So, So we have discussed many short-term and long-term things. One is short-term. What we discussed was, so when somebody is throwing garbage outside, so we use AR drones to take a picture of them and send in the community. So they will be okay. Somebody is throwing there. And for the long term, so we have discussed so few wonderful ideas. So about rewarding, so somebody is properly segregating the wastage every day. So for a month, we'll put a clean Raja, clean house, or some and the names for them, and they post as a in the notice board the every month. And it's like who are not following proper guidelines, then we will be fined for that month. And so in the community, we'll be planning to give the separate colored dustbins and to properly maintain. So everybody has to put dry and west waste separately. And when the garbage collector comes, only easily identify which he has to collect. Yeah. So do we have a time to give the SWOT analysis?
No, that's it. It's actually 3 minutes. If you can close it by 3 minutes, we can maintain the time.
How much more time does he have, Jyotika?
He is already at 4.5 minutes. So
Okay,
let's move on.
Ram, then I think we'll skip it.
Thank you.
But thank you, Ram. Because everyone might be wondering here in the room who the particular Toastmaster is, whom Ram mentioned. It's Toastmaster Karthik.
Karthik, yes.
So Karthik was keeping awake in the night and watching over the community and making sure no one throws garbage. Right. Okay. So who's coming next to present the case study? We'll have a quick summary of your case and then we'll jump to your questions. It's Bindu, Toastmaster Bindu. Bindu, please tell us which groups were put together. What was your case, a summary, and then the questions. Toastmaster Madhavi, are you presenting?
No, I think like you called Bindu, right? Probably next to Bindu, I'll go.
I was on mute.
Okay, who is the leader there? Because Bindu had raised the hand, I called her. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're presenting Bindu, yes.
Yes. I'm so sorry. I just spoke the whole scenario in on mute. So yes, going to the scenario, first thing is we were only group 5. And this case study was the surprising drop in customer satisfaction at Novatech Solutions. So the main problem is the customer satisfaction has dropped from 8.7 to 6.1, and there's being claimed escalations and resignation of project managers, and there are delivery delays, and there are also employees complaining about overload. And do you want me to go to the questions?
Yes, if that is the summary of your case, do you want to add any more important points in your summary?
It's the more important point would be like there are very chronic understaffing, and the company is prioritizing speed over quality, and there are no proper SOPs that are maintained. So that is the what is happening and what is causing the problem. And we have tried to address it with our questions. We have tried to identify what the problem is, what the pattern is, and what the solution could be with our questions, which would include everything that is also being a problem or the case.
Okay, Bindu, you go to your questions then.
Okay. So the first question would be, what are the deep systemic causes of declining CSAT, customer satisfaction? So we have identified the systemic causes to be understaffing and troubled KPIs and poor onboarding process and very slow and poor onboarding process and role overload with a higher attrition rate but a slow recruitment process to be the systemic causes. The second is which narratives are driving counterproductive behavior. So the narratives that we have identified is overtime, which is normalized by the companies, and who say that quality is not important and quantity is more important, by which they consider speed is more important than checking what the quality is. And the project managers are so overburdened, and they're also resigning their jobs, they're quitting their jobs, and only the project managers are burdened so much that they're handling everything, and even people are given so much work that they are burnt out. So the next question would be, what feedback loops are reinforcing the crisis? So the loop which we saw is again the understaffing, and because of less number, the employees are burnt out. Because of that, it's a cycle. It's become a vicious cycle. Because of the burnt out, there's a lot of attrition. Because of attrition and less staff, there's overwork on the other staffs, and there are defects and more overwork to the same employees. And because of this, the escalations are high, and there's much of disturbance within the workforce. The fourth question would be, what high leverage interventions can change the outcomes? So the leverage points would be forecasting, like what is needed and how much of workforce is needed to handle this, and even forecast hiring and make the system better. And the role clarity. When we say about role clarity, it is more about manpower planning, right person for the right job, better onboarding process, high quality. And when we say this, they can also include technologies, new technologies being AI being one of them, and other technologies wherein they can improve from the hiring process to the role handling process and delivery process.
Yeah,
And the
thank
last,
you. There is another one? There's
yes, we
another
just
question?
have the last question. How
Okay,
can
quick.
leadership redesign KPI, workflows, and team culture? So here we have identified a change in our organization culture, emphasis on quality, predictability, and and the management to be customer centric.
Right. Thank you for that, Bindu. We'll go on to the next group quickly.
Yes, myself, Madhvi, and we are group 4 and group 9 were part of the breakout room. And our case study is the mystery of the silent meetings at Silverline Toastmasters Club. And the reason the case study more talks about the meeting gets starting late and there were long passes and there are no participation for the table topics and there is a decline in energy and enthusiasm, guest attending but not joining. And patterns is more of same members are playing the most of the roles and long WhatsApp discussion but little action, new members not taking the roles for months of time, member speeches repeatedly postponed, guests rarely ask for feedback. And underlying structures are no structured role allocation system, no mentorship mapping, BPA overwhelmed with role assignments every week, little onboarding for new members, poor guest follow-up procedures, fragmented communication among offices. And narrative is new members should wait and watch before taking roles. We should not push guests or new members, they will come naturally. Table topics are scary. It's okay if members avoid them. And it is better to let experienced members handle key roles. This is our case study. And the silence for the narrative plus create weak structure and procedure slow participation is the result of the silent meeting. Our breakout questions are, what is the root cause of the silent meetings? No mentorship, and fragmented communications are the root causes. And also officers stuck at organizing the meeting, but they are not seeing the overall pictures. And there is no excitement, and there is also age gap could also be the reason for the root cause. And the second question is, which narrative needs shifting first? What we came up with, new members should wait and watch before taking roles. That narrative needs to be shifted. With the mentorship, they can new members can also play the role. It is better to let experienced members handle key roles. That narrative also need to be shifted. And what structure can create immediate improvement in energy is feedback analysis and the mentorship mapping and onboarding for the new members, which would be welcoming. And also there was a good point came out from shared by Kavya from our group. VP8 roles. VP8 is feeling overwhelmed. Instead of that, in their club, in our club, they have automated the role assignments so that everyone would be responsible to play the role in a round robin basis, so that VP8 won't be feeling overwhelmed on assigning the roles. And the last question is, which officer's role must collaborate? VP Education and President is must for the role assignments. And for the feedback and new member and guest follow-ups, VPPR and VPM should be collaborating together.
Thank you, Madhavi. Next group, please. I think what you solved, Madhavi, is what many clubs are facing. You know? Yes. Next group, please.
It's
On-
group 2 and group 6.
Only one group is left, 2 and 6.
Yeah.
We
So
left
we are
also, right? 8 also, 7 and 8 left also.
Who will be presenting next? I think it is Sujit.
Bhavna.
yes, yes.
Sujit, you are the leader. Please let us know which two groups you are representing and a
Uh,
brief summary of the case and then the questions.
Actually, I will be representing group 7 and group 8.
8, yes.
Okay, and our case study is 4, the curious case of disengaged officers. That is a visible tip of the iceberg. Midway through the year of Summit Speakers Toastmasters Club notices, officers are not attending ExCom meetings, meeting quality drops, speeches and evaluations become inconsistent, members feeling unsupported, PP education overwhelmed and considering stepping down. So these are the problems that were there, and the questions that we had in the breakout room were: analyze the case using the iceberg model and respond to what are the root causes is the first question. The second is, what are the 3 to 4 leverage points that can transform officers' engagement? Fourth question is, how can we each officer's role contribute? And the last one is, what structural systems can be created to avoid repetition? And for this, what we have done is, that is for the root cause, lack of ownership and a weak connection on the purpose of self-development, lack of understanding of their roles and responsibilities, lack of follow-ups, irregular ExCom meetings. That is what we have discussed. And for 3 to 4 leverage points that can transform officers' engagement is installation ceremony and clear expectations of the roles, reinitiating monthly ExCom meetings and have an attendance tracker for the same. PPE can utilize data to make members understand where they are lacking in terms of meeting roles and attendance. Support the VPE roles to get more role players. The third question is, how can each officer's role contribute? Follow up with people lacking in attendance and those who do not take roles. ExCom must be prepared to pitch in there are any last minute backups. And the last was, what are the structural systems that can be created to avoid repetition? Schedule for a role taking and task assignment. And the last is a point system that can assign points to those who do their roles promptly and can show in leadership. That is what we have found.
Thank you, Sujit, for sharing that. I think, again, with this group, a lot of other clubs would also like to note, because this is a problem that is being faced by many clubs, right? So a lot of iceberg theory has gone there, and I think you have come up bang on with a lot of solutions there, right? Practical solutions. Which is the last group now to present? I think Bhavna. Bhavna, you are going to present, is it?
It's from group 2 and group 6. I'm representing them. So we were
Okay.
given a case study of the burnout spiral at Orion Analytics. Basically, the scenario is there is the sales team is committing too much and there is burnout. So every employee is expected to work for more than their workload, and there is a imbalance between their work and life. So there is also some irregular recognition system that is not helping out, and the experts are getting overloaded. There is no proper communication or collaboration between the teams, and the sales and delivery team is also not in sync. So this is basically the scenario. And the breakout questions were which narratives were the most damaging. So as we are into the very bottleneck moment of burnout, the first thing is we should not say yes to every client request. So we have to, the leaders has to understand when to push back and tell, like when to say yes and when to say no. With that, we will be able to create a mindset. Yes, now we are going to align everything, structure back, so that this even creates a very good space for employees to relax and they can start realigning themselves, structure out, and they can work. And the second thing is the high performers should carry the load. They are the experts. So this is one another narrative that is really damaging. So high performers are the ones who has to empower the teams. So which means the entire team is going to work out and we are going to champion as a team and get the product released in a qualified way. So that was the two narratives that we have to change, and these were the damaging narratives. And the second question was, what leverage point can reduce burnout quickly? So if we happen to, if we need to quickly reduce the burnout, then we have to set a clear standard of what is the scope of the project, what is the starting point, what is the ending, and what are all the phases that we have to go through. Where for every phase, we have to make people accountable. So there has to be a clear demarcation between the teams, the leaders, and there should be a cross-functional reviews. So when everything goes in balance, there will be a workload balancing mechanism that will also help the team to align properly. Third is what structure must change for long-term stability. So in order to help in the long-term stability, we want to document things perfectly. So not everything has to be documented, but there should be a wise decision of what should be documented and how should be documented. So probably there the experts can guide the freshers. So that's all depends on how we structure the team and align it. And the fourth question is, what is the role of leadership in changing the narratives? So instead of rewarding one particular person, if the leaders happen to recognize the entire team, then the team entirely evolves and they grow towards. So there is also one another chance where the sales team is getting over incentivized. So the sales and delivery, when they are linked together and when both happens together and they are recognized and incentivized, that can also help in seamless seamless setting dates. So that's how we have addressed our scenario.
Thank you, Bhavna. Thank you very much. I think all the teams, everyone get together, give a huge round of applause to yourselves. See, there was one movie which I had watched long years ago because I'm a fan of comedy movies. The name of the movie was Andaz Apna Apna. Okay. And in that, Amir Khan tells his father, "Aap Purush nahi, aap Mahapurush hain." So same way I would like to say, आप leaper नहीं, आप leader हैं, because I think Jyotika should be overjoyed now. The leapers are actually turning to leaders, right? So each one of you is a leader even before the capstone project, which is really a wonderful thing. The way you have each team, the way you have analyzed, the way you have gone through all the problems, the iceberg theory, put the SWOT analysis and come out with your answers, it's really commendable. So I think with that, since all the groups have presented, I would like to hand it over to the LEAP chair, distinguished Toastmaster Jyotika. And I would really like to thank her for this opportunity, as well as the LEAP team, which is Daryl and Reenu, for helping me out a lot. Thank you, Jyotika, and over to you.
Thank you very much, Shalini. Let's quickly give her a huge round of applause for seamlessly conducting the entire session. It's a bit little over time, I think, but however, I'm sure you'll have enjoyed it, because I'm now realizing that slowly and steadily, in a very subtle manner, y'all are transforming yourself as leaders, and y'all will not even notice it. And rightly said by Shalini that y'all are slowly becoming leaders. Today was just a small example of how you can shift thinking, the way you look at things. And what is important is for you to, start applying what you are learning here in your real life, whether it is your organization or your club. With that, we conclude today's session. And the next session, we're going to look at making decisions, smart decisions during crisis. And we're going to have with us a very senior corporate trainer, but he's a corporate professional and he's put in many, many years with organizations like TVS. So he comes with experience and you're going to have a lot of learning from him with some real examples. The discussions I've had with him is so insightful, and I'm really, really looking forward for this session. Please be there. It's going to be on the 17th of December. Again, we'll meet again at 7:15. Please be there for yet another session of LEAP. For now, I'd like to adjourn this session. Thank you very much. Stay safe, sleep well, and good night.
Thank you, Jyotika. Thank you, Leap.